My invitational speech is on attacks on human rights defenders. Attacks on human rights defenders have been a prevalent issue over the past few years. There were 185 activists killed throughout 16 nations in 2015. The Coalition of Human Rights and Development has started a petition warning international financial institutions to take responsibility in defending human rights defenders from attacks. The coalition wants the institutions to create a space where public participation is encouraged. It also includes that the international financial institution must ensure that their activities do not cause or contribute to human rights violations. They To do this, they take necessary measures to identify and address human rights in all of their activities to prevent any uh, violations to the human rights. The petition was signed by more than 150 organizations, including human rights development and environmental groups. Latin America is a continent where many killings of human rights defenders occur. According to a report published by the Amnesty International in 2016, out of 185 killings that occurred in 2015, 122 of them were in Latin America. Honduras and Guatemala are two nations where many killings occur as well. The former being the country with the highest number per capita of murders of activists. As such, Amnesty International has written a list of recommendations for Honduras and Guatemala to follow in order to protect human rights defenders. One of these recommendations is for the government authorities to publicly recognize the validity of the defenders' work, where they work at, and all that. Another one is for the same authority figures to abstain from using language that could defame defenders, including words such as enemies or terrorists. This provides the government with a reason to discredit their work. Canadian mining companies operating in Latin America have been subject to criticism due to their involvement in attacking human rights defenders. One of the more infamous cases involved the shooting of the subsequent death of Mariano Roblero on November 27th, 2009. He was the leader of a group in Mexico opposing a mining project by the Blackfire Exploration Company in the town of Chico Muselo in Chiapas, I think that is. It was found that the mining company had paid a sum of approximately 20,000 CAD to the local mayor, Julio Cesar Velasquez Calderon. He claimed the payment was made in order to protect the company from opponents of the project and all that. Roblero was an important figure in leading the dissent against the Blackfire Exploration Project. He was quite renowned in his community. He gave a speech in front of the Canadian Embassy in Mexico City in July 2009 that gave him considerable notoriety. The Canadian companies are prevalent in Latin America's mining activities. Human rights defenders have to deal with constant attacks and threats as a result of their opposition to certain projects. In Peru, environmental defender Maxima Acuna de Chope has been subjected to such abuse. She has been fighting against the Newmont Mining Corporation for years. Recently, she has been opposed to a project called Conga Mine to enlarge the Yanacocha mine. The mining company would essentially have to destroy her property in order to complete the project. Water protesters have joined Maxima in her fight against the project. De Chope was recently sent to the hospital as a result of beating she suffered. According to the NGO Mining Watch, Dechope's family accuses um, Min- Minera Yanococha, a subsidiary of Newmont Mining, of sending the men who attacked her, to her property. This is not the first time the Newmont has been called out against its harassing of De Chope. A letter signed by multiple human rights organizations such as Amazon Watch and Global Witnesses was sent out to Newmont Mining, asking them to stop threatening and attacking De Chope and her family. So clearly, attack attacking on human rights defenders is quite a big deal. I mean, over the last few years, like in back in 2015, there were 185 activists killed because of this, and it's affecting businesses. Like they're attacking people's mining companies and water companies and all that, and it's just all this is just a big mess. So I this was one of the big problems that I recognized when I was researching, and I thought I'd talk about this, and I really enjoyed this as well, and I thought this was really interesting. But yeah, this is it's a pretty big deal right now, and like I said, um, there were 185 killings in 2015, and 122 of them were in Latin America, all because of human rights. Like this is no good. Like I think me talking about this and this being posted on YouTube will definitely, if anyone else sees it besides my professor, will definitely look into this and see what else they can do about it.